Good morning, natural gas. It's Thursday, February 26, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and today is storage day. Expectations -34 to -57. I'm going to guess consensus here is about -48. That compares to last year's -252 and the 5-year average -168. So this is a bearish storage report. Prices are down currently now for the new spot April contract. We're currently trading at 279.70, down 7.1 cents or 2.48%. And as you can see, we remain below the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages. The RSI is down and continues to just oscillate lower. Now, one thing to note, we have got now basically 8 days if today settles lower where we can continue to make new lows on each bar. So watch out because there's a little rule here between 9 and 13 down days. It doesn't have to be consecutive, but it has to make a new low. We then have a possibility of a short covering rally. And we see an example of this back in December on the 23rd of December 25th. 2025. As you can see, this was 9 down days. So each made a new low. Count those up. And currently, right now, we're on day 8. So let's see for tomorrow if we have another down day. That could indicate that we get a rally come next week. It can be, again, 9 to 13 different days. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in ERCOT. And part of the reason why we're down, it's very mild here in Texas. We are going to be in the low 80s. And as you can see, the renewables today peak out around 38,000 megawatts here. And the load peaks out today at only 57,000. So currently, right now, solar and wind are pushing over 30,000 megawatts into the system. So again, this is displacing natural gas. Natural gas is only 16.5% of the load right now in ERCOT. So let's take a look at the hourly chart for April. As you can see, we're slightly oversold. We're holding above the second support level, which comes in at 276.10. We are currently below that first support level, which is now resistance at 281.5. And the daily pivot today is 287.20. So we'll continue to watch this possibly oscillate between the second and third support, now resistance levels, and we'll see if this closes out weak again today and tomorrow. Let's take a look at the front to back spread. Well, excuse me, this is the April through October strip. And as you can see, we're well down. Today, we're down 4.6 cents to 316.30, or we're down 1.43%. The RSI has not turned up yet. It continues to be to the sell signal. And we have a recent low here at 303.30. We'll keep a careful eye on that. What about the European versus the Japanese TTF versus JKM? And as you can see right now, we're currently at 11.3 cents or up 7 cents. We're currently up because there is some colder weather through Europe. Europe needs to remain in a bid for US LNG, so it has to stay at a premium to JKM. And let's take a look at the weather. This is on Pivotal. As you can see, we've got some cooler temperatures across the Great Lakes over to New England and the mid-Atlantic states. But as you can see, very mild down here. It's 67 degrees in Houston today. And look at the weather starting to move up here. Very warm along the Rio Grande Valley here, as you can see, 90s and 80s across eastern Texas, all the way over into Florida. This is for March the 7th. And as you can see, that cold air is stuck in the Rockies and it's zonal across the US-Canadian border. And let's take a look at the European model because that was the GFS model. And as you can see, that cool weather is coming down in waves, pushing in from Alaska up through Canada and continues to push toward the northeast as we go through the forecast period. But then let's look at here at the very end, boom, that cold air moves south out of Alaska and starts to set up in Calgary, Edmonton, that's Alberta province of Canada, and we look to see in British Columbia. Let's see what happens here because we're going to keep a careful eye on that Sunday night to see where that cold weather is trying to head. How about Europe? Well, it's a little cooler for the 11th in France, Spain, and Germany, but overall, it's fairly mild. And let's take a look at the storage. Well, it's at 30.3% full. Germany down to 20.5%. France 21%. Again, this is a 2-day lag. And here is Asia. And as you can see, we do get some cooler weather coming through the forecast period here. And again, around the 6th, we start getting some cooler weather across the eastern provinces of China and, of course, the Koreas into Japan. And this is just fairly mild as we go through. And it just kind of holds here all the way through the forecast period. Snow cover continues across the upper Midwest, across the Great Lakes region, all the way over to the mid-Atlantic states, obviously keeping temperatures a little cooler as we go through the forecast period. And the Great Lakes total ice cover only 36.5%. This will continue to decline as we get warmer temperatures. How about Golden Pass? We're down, down a little bit, but we're up to 252,704 MMBTUs into the system. Again, this is continuing to push more and more gas into that first train number 1. We'll see if that continues to hold here and we start making first LNG for export in early March. Again, this will get up to about 800 million a day. And let's take a look at the nuclear outages. We've got a few more nuclear outages here. We're up to 12.2 gigawatts that's offline. Again, we've got the upper Midwest, Monticello. We've got Grand Gulf in Louisiana, and Hope Creek in New Jersey are offline. So again, we peak out the last week of March, the first 2 weeks of April. Then we decline as these nuclear units get ready for summer, and we repeat the process in September. How about the weather out there for the South? Well, it's dry. Again, we talk about this. We'll show this again next week, but it is continuing to be very dry across the Texas through Florida region. At this time, we've got some fires to keep a careful eye on because we've got lots and lots of pipelines in this area. And let's take a look at the stocks. These are stocks in the oil and gas E&P sector, stocks between $2 and $10 billion, and have a high short float over 10%. And everybody's in a sea of red. That's CRK behind my head here, minus 7.68%. Okay, so recapping again for the spot April contract, first day of spot, we're currently trading at 279.90, down 6.9 cents or 2.41%. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.